rotation question. Now, I know last year JB had always said like the strength of this team was the depth. Do you think this is going to be another season where it's 12 deep on a night-to-night basis?
I do. I think when they're healthy, I think we will. I think we will see that. I find it hard to believe, based on the roster that they have right now, that you traded up in the draft. I mean, essentially you traded Isaiah Stewart, is the way it played out, to draft Abuka Okori. You gave Kevin Huerter the contract you did not to play those guys, right? And so I think the five, let's just go with Duncan Robinson in the starting lineup. Those five guys are all playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Isaiah Joe's, you didn't trade for Isaiah Joe not to play him. You have to play Paul Reed. You're going to play him. You're going to play Ron Holland. That's 8. I think you're playing Dennis Jenkins. I think you're playing Abuka Okori. I think you're playing Kevin Huerter. I don't know how they don't play at least 10 guys. And if fully healthy, I don't see how they don't play as good as Javonte. How many minutes did Javonte Green play for this team last year and play really well? He played total minutes last year. Where's Javonte?
It's like 20 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that.
Oh, I'm on the wrong season. I looked at 24-25 for some reason. Not on the roster. Javonte Green. Yeah, 1,500 minutes last year in the regular season from Javonte Green. That's not going to go down to a couple hundred, I don't think, for a guy that played. So the long way to answer, yes. I think in the regular season, when healthy, we could see them playing 12 players.
I know. I feel like this is such a kind of like a touchy subject with Pistons fans, because I think some are under the assumption you play your best 10 guys, but you look at the talent on this team and it's like, to your point, like you don't give Kevin Huerter $9 million to rot on the bench. Like I could see him being easily the 6th or 7th man off the bench, because I think they really liked what they saw out of him defensively. The playmaking was extremely underrated that not a lot of Pistons fans talked about. The 3-point shot is the 3-point shot. If you can kind of get up to league average, I'll take that in a win in itself. But like, it's a deep team. It's a really, really deep team, like maybe 13 deep. Who knows?
So can I give you here? I actually looked this up the other day. I don't remember what I was looking at for, but in JB's first year, Marcus Sasser had the 11th most minutes played on the team at 800. And then Dennis Schroeder came in as the 12th most with 700. And obviously, you know, that wasn't even the full season. Now let's go last year, minutes played. The 11th most minutes played on the team was Paul Reed at 900 minutes. And then 12th, 13th, 14th all had right around 500 minutes each. That was Jaden Ivey, Kevin Huerter, Marcus Sasser. I think we're going to see 12 guy. I think you could go to 12 with guys playing 750 plus minutes. Now, injuries and stuff like that can alter those numbers just a little bit, but I will not be surprised whatsoever. Because here's the thing, Tolu Smith's going to have to play at times as well, right? Paul Reed played 900 minutes last year as the 3rd center on this team.
Yeah, I mean, injuries, foul trouble, which you hope that Duran can stay out of foul trouble this year, because that's something that I've been really frustrated with him throughout his like young career, as just like getting in the foul trouble early, because you might have to lean on a Paul Reed early. Let's say he gets in the foul trouble. Like, are you comfortable with Tolu Smith being that 3rd center? We're gonna have to wait and see. Which I think in the short limited minutes with the Pistons, I was pretty impressed. I was able to cover him in the G League and kind of how he developed with the previous job that I had. But it'll be interesting, man. I don't know. I don't know how Tolu Smith will kind of like relish in the opportunity to kind of play in that Paul Reed role this upcoming season.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously have a lot of confidence in him, because based on how it is right now, it is his role. I guess the counter to this is, like we brought up earlier, you could say that John Collins is the 3rd center. And so there's an argument for that. He can play some small ball 5. So they haven't had that from non-centers over the last 2 years, right? Like, you couldn't really play a whole lot of Tobias Harris at the 5. and John Collins gives a little bit more of that. But no, my expectation is Paul Reed is the backup center, and they just believe in Tolu Smith being the third center.
What if JB kind of just goes complete sicko? I know Asar's bulked up a little bit this offseason. What if he plays Asar as like a third string center if there's foul trouble?
I was trying to get into this whenever I was thinking about the floor spacing lineups. Very specific matchups, Anthony, is what I would say.
Yeah, like very niche matchups. I know he's done it like maybe I can recall maybe 1 or 2 games, and it was like maybe for a minute or two, just until one of those guys could get a breather. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting with the rotations with JB this year.
For sure.
Hopefully he doesn't do it in the playoffs like he did.
So that's the caveat here, right? I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and start this. My expectation is that we will see some sort of trade at the deadline that will, like a 3-for-1 trade, a consolidation trade, however you want to say it, that brings in that number 2 scorer for the playoffs. And then that just kind of naturally shrinks that rotation down to, 10. And then maybe you even get to 8 or something like that when you get into the playoffs.
Can I tell you something funny I did during the playoffs?
Sure.
So after game 1 where JB didn't play Asar, I reached out to Koo, had him on the podcast, and I asked him about the rotations, and he went off for 20 minutes.
Yes. That was game 1 against Orlando?
Yeah, I think he played like less than 20 minutes, and like he played like 13 guys, and Koo's like, you can't play 13 guys in a playoff series.
I was there in attendance for that one. I made the flight out for that game. So
yeah, I mean, hopefully, to your point, maybe it's a consolidation trade where you're trading 3 of your rotation guys, where you're only playing like maybe 8 to 11 guys in the playoffs. I hope it's just not like 12 deep in the playoffs, just like you do in the regular season, because I think you do need to tighten it up a little bit.
Agreed.